Hello, everybody. Hope all of you fine. As you know, today we want to discuss about the health sensor. I'm so sorry we are waiting for about 2 or 3 minutes to join all of the dealers to the webinar. Please be patient. Thank you. Okay, let's start our meetings. Hope all of you fine. Uh, can everybody hear my voice? Is everything okay? Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, today our webinar is a little different with the other webinar because today I want to teach you with some example, and I want to tell you what's the benefits of the health sensor. Health sensor is a very amazing product in the TIS, and and the health sensor is used to check the air quality, humidity, temperatures level, CO level, and room noise, and it has the 3 digital inputs. Okay, let me share with you. Okay, as you see, the health sensor has a motion sensor and the lux meter, and it has the 3 digital input. It can detect the CO2, VOC, CO, temperature, humidity, flags, and time and dates. Okay, let me tell you about the health sensor. Like all of the device, in the first page, the general tabs, we can see the MAC address of the device. We can put the location. We can change the subnet ID and device ID. And here we have two calibration. One of them is for the brightness and the other is for the noise. You can calibration. And also here we have the sensitivity of the motion sensor. We can decrease or increase the sensitivity of motion sensor. Okay, the next tab is logic. Here we have 32 different logic, and we can program very good things in the logic. Okay, the first thing that I want to tell you, the health sensor take care of your health. It's a very good device and is take care of your health. Let me first talk about these things. For example, from the first one, this the motion sensor. I think all of you know about the motion sensor, and of course you know about the lux meter because we discussed about the motion sensor and lux meter in the ES sensor. Here we have the 3 digital input, and I think you know all of them about the 3 digital input. Here we have another option named noise. Noise means the voice, the sounds in the room. For example, now I'm silent and look at the, and I'll refresh the status of the health sensor. Look at this parameter when I'm talking and when I'm silent, please. When I'm talking here, the noise is changed. For example, now it's 284, and sometimes when I'm talking so loud, it's changed to 1000 and so. But when I'm silent, it's 0. It's about the noise. And what is the CO2? The CO2 is the one thing in the world. For example, when we breathe the oxygen, we generate the CO2. And you know when the CO2 is when the whole CO2 is low, it's high in the one in the environment, it's very bad for your health. And therefore we can here program some CO2. And before I download some picture from the CO2, for example here, the gas that's generated from the, yes, carbon dioxide. CO2 means carbon dioxide, but it says the CO2. The gas that generates from the factory, it's CO2. And you know, sometimes it's a little dangerous for our health. Okay, the next things in the health sensor is VOC. VOC, it's the smells of the some things, such as the chemical things. For example, when you paint your room, you smell the paint. You smell the paint, and it's a chemical. It's a chemical, and it's very dangerous for the pregnant woman. And of course. The smells of the plastics, and sometimes the smells of the such as, for example, printers, or even the perfume. For example, here, look at the we all see here. Let's me the right circle here. Okay. As you see here now, it's excellent. But if I use the perfume in the room, because the perfume is the chemical things, you can see it's changed to the medium risk. You can see here it's changed to the medium risk, and even now it's changed to the high risk. You can see here it's changed to the high risk. This is the VOC. And I said it's the chemical. It smells the chemical things. And the other things is the CO. Here we have CO. CO is very, very, very dangerous in the room. Very dangerous because we said that it's a silent killer. We said CO is a silent killer. Yes, carbon monoxide. It's a silent killer because it doesn't have no smells, no color, but it will kill people. Okay, and it's generated by a heating system. For example, if you have a one apartment and it's fire, the heating system generate the CO, or it's generated by car in the parking. You hear sometimes some children chill in the car because of the CO, because the parents park the car in the parking, and the other car is it's on, and they are generate the CO, and the children chill. The CO is very, very dangerous. Okay, today I want to program the health sensor with some example. Okay, now I want to talk about the humidity. Okay, do you know about the mold? What is the mold? Let me share the picture of the mold. Okay, this is the mold. This is the mold, and as you know, the mold is living in the humidity environments. Okay, some of cities humidity, such as, for example, some country that there has a sea, they are humidity. Humidity, you cannot kill the humidity. You cannot find with the humidity, and also you cannot find with the moldy, with the mold, because we don't have any drugs, or we don't have any medicine for the mold. The only things that we can do, it's that we turn on the air condition, and uh, in the dry mode, or we turn on the dehumidifier, and we avoid to create the humidity environment. We must try to create one dry environment. If we have a dry environment, therefore the humidity, the mold cannot be live in this environment. Okay, the first things I want to program, and I want to tell you one thing: the mold will be grow in the environment with the more than 60% humidity. Okay, now I want to program the first things. I want to fight with the mold. Do you know what's the mold? I think all of you understand about the mold, because I show you the picture. All of you understand what is the mold? Okay, good. Okay. Now here in the health sensor, I want to fight with the mold. Okay. The first things I want to program, if humidity between 60% to 100%, then turn on the air condition. And of course, I'm turning on the air condition in the dry mode or in the cool mode. It depends on your country, and it depends on your situation. That's it. Whenever the humidity is between 60% to 100%, then turn on the air condition in the dry modes. Okay, this is the very good logic, and you only with the one health sensor you are fights with the mold, and you avoid to create a moldy environment. Okay, do you understand about it? Is it clear? Any question? Any question? Okay. Okay, it's very good logic, but when we should turn off the AC, okay, we add another logic here. I am put the command turn off AC if no humidity. Okay, very good. Now I program if the humidity is between 0 to 40%, then turn off the air conditioner. Okay, clear? It's a very two good logic. Turn on the air conditioner when your environment is it's a humidity, and it's turn off the air conditioner. Okay, is it good? Do you understand, all of you? If anyone has a question about these two logic, please tell me. Any question? Question number one. All okay. No question. Okay, no question? Okay, I create two logics, but this two logic is not very good because sometimes I'm stay at home and the humidity is not over than 60%. But because of this logic, it automatically turn off the AC. Sometimes I want the AC is on and the humidity is, for example, 20%. What should we do? Okay, here we can use a flag. Here I'm add the one flag. Here I'm change the relation to the and. Okay, I said if the humidity is between 60% to 100%, and the flag number 220 is on, and this flag is related to the humidity, I choose this flag. You can choose any flag between 200 to 240. Then it's turn on the air condition, and here again I add the flag here, 220. If it is on, then turn off the air condition. Then I'm going to the Luna panel. For example, on the page, for example, on the APP page, here on this button I program auto dehumidifier. Okay, for example, this one. And here I program to subnet ID and device ID of my health sensor, universal switch, 220 on. Okay, with this button, every time the user wants to disable the auto dehumidifier, it can turn off this flag, and therefore the health sensor doesn't work. And if it's turned on the flag, the auto dehumidifier is working. Also, I think it's better we set here on this logic, I think it's better we program whenever the humidity is between 60 to 100%, it's turn on the air condition. It's not related to the button. Every time the air condition, the humidity is between 60% to 100%, turn on the air conditioner. And also it depends on you. You can add this logic or you can disable this logic. Yes, very good question. But if you are not at home, still logic will on and off the AC. Yes, we want to do that because the mold is destroyed your furniture, your wall, and it's very bad. Therefore, we want to program, if we are not at home, even if we are not at home, turn on the air conditioner to avoid the moldy growth, okay? It's very necessary that this logic is working because sometimes we are on the vacation, and if the air conditioner doesn't turn on, it's cause damage your furniture, damage your wall, and it's you know, these days the furniture is too expensive, and sometimes in the luxury home we have a very expensive furniture. For example, in the cost city, you know what's the cost city? The city that can see the sea, this city is the humidity environment. And if you don't program like that, it causes your furniture and your wall destroy. Also, I think it's better we add another logic. Here, I want to logic no move for 17 hours. Okay, here. Even here I said, if we don't have any motion, for 17 hours, it means that no one in the home. Therefore here, we turn on the flag number 220 because we want the two above logic is working. And also here we can turn off all the light when we set the home go to the saving energy. Okay? For example, here we turn off all the lights because we don't have movement for 17 hours. Okay? understand about these three logics? If you have any question, please ask me. If you have any question, please ask me. Here on logic number 3, I said if no movement, here you can see if no movement for 17 hours here, then we turn on the flags. And also we can add another logic. We can say, imagine that someone turn off the flag number 220. Okay, here after 17 hours, it's automatically turn on the flag number 220, and if the flag number 220 is on, and here and humidity is between 100 to 60% to 100%, then it's turn on the air condition. And listen to me. If the environment is the humidity environment, okay, the user wants to turn on the air condition. You know, living in the humidity environment is very bad. And I think someone like me, I cannot live in the environment, humidity environment. Therefore, here, this logic, if the humidity is from 60% to 100%, then turn on the AC. But sometimes the client can invalidate this logic by turn off flag number 220. Do you understand? Okay. Next question. Mr. Kwali, I don't understand your question. Would you please explain more? Here we have one logic. We said if the humidity between 60% to 100% and the flag number 220 is on, then turn on the air conditioner. And here we said if the humidity between 0 to 40% and the flag number 220 is on, then turn off the AC. But we said sometimes the client wants to turn on the air condition and the environment humidity is, for example, 30%. Therefore, the client can go to the Luna panel and turn off the flag number 220. In this position, this logic doesn't work and the air condition is working. But we program if they are leaving the home and they have forgot to turn on the flag number 220, okay? They have forgot to turn on the flag number 220. We said if there is no movement for 17 hours, then turn on the flag number 220 and of course turn off all the light because no one at home. No. It means that they doesn't have movement for 17 hours. No motion, nothing, motion, detect motion for 17 hours, okay? Okay. You understand about the humidity? Do you understand? If you have any question, please ask me. Any question? No? Okay. Now I want to program for the air quality. Next logic, air quality. Okay. Here I want to program if the CO2 is between medium risk to high risk, or look at this relation, or the VOC is between, for example, the medium risk to high risk, or CO is from low risk to high risk. Look at here, the CO is very, very, very dangerous. Therefore, here I said, if it's from low risk to high risk, even if the CO is low risk, it's very dangerous. Therefore, here, if it said if it is on the low risk, then look at the relation. I said the relation here, I choose the relation or between these three conditions. Then here I'm programmed turn on the fresh air or exhaust fan. For example, imagine that the channel number 12 is our fresh air. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. We turn on the fresh air. Turn on fresh air. Okay? Then we add another logic here. I'm changing to 32. Here we said if CO2 between excellent to normal, or normal to excellent is better, normal to excellent, or this one is normal to excellent, or I think it's better you put it on the excellent to normal, it's better, excellent to normal, and the CO is only excellent and normal. Here we can change it to the low risk when we can change it, but I think it's better to put it in the normal. Then here we can turn off the air conditioner to 52, channel number 12, turn off. This is the fresh air. And as I said, the CO is very, very dangerous. Therefore, if the CO I want to pop up the notification on my Luna to if the CO I want to program if the CO is from low risk to high risk, then pop up the notification on the Luna panel, pop up the notification on the application on your cell phone to say, please open the window or leave the home. Here you can pop up the notification on the Luna. For example, message number, for example, 5 is our notification. And of course, we turn it on because it's very dangerous. We want to pop up notification on the Luna with the beep sound. Here we said, for example, on the CO is the high, please open the window and leave the home. Okay, do you understand? Is it okay? Is it a good question? Is it a good example? Do you understand all of these examples? If you have any question, please ask me. I'm waiting for your question. Okay, the first question. Do we have an LPG or CNG sensor, means the gas leak detector? The gas leak detector is the third-party sensor that you can connect to the digital input. But the health sensor, even if you detect the CNG or LPG, it's changed the VOC, it's changed the VOC, and it can pop up the message on the Luna, and of course it can turn on the air condition. Any question? No? Okay, let's do another example. Here for baby crying. For example, some parents once if the baby is crying, tell them, for example, at the night they are sleeping and the baby is sleeping his or her room, and the parents wants to know if the baby crying, tell them. Okay, it's very, very, very easy. Okay, here we can program some things. Here I can set on the Luna panel, for example, I have one scenario named, for example, on modes 2, one scenario named baby sleep time. Okay, In this scenario, and of course, you know the modes of the scenario is combination on. Here we said, for example, turn off all the lights of baby room, for example, 252. Turn off channel number, for example, 6. This is the halogen. And 252. For example, this is the hidden light. We turn on the hidden light at the sleep time, and it depends on you. For example, here we said turn off the hidden light after, for example, 3 minutes. Okay, here I said the baby sleep time. I'm programmed turn off the, for example, turn off the halogen, then turn on the hidden light, and then turn off the hidden light after 3 minutes. And here I'm programmed turn on one flag of my health sensor. For example, 223. Okay. Therefore, when the baby wants to sleep, the parents press on the sleep scenario. The sleep scenario turn off the lights of the lights of the baby rooms, then turn on the hidden light, and then after 3 minutes, turn off the hidden light. And of course, we turn on one flag of our health sensor. Okay. Then we go to the health sensor. And I want to program one logic named baby crying. Okay. I said if the noise is, for example, what's the noise now? Now, for example, if the noise from 10 to, for example, 2000 for 5 seconds. Remember, I put this time for 5 seconds because sometimes, you know, we have one noise in the room. For example, the baby is only, for example, has a one noise. Therefore, I said if we have a noise in the room for 5 seconds and the flag number 220 is on, it's a desired flag. And I put a name for this flag, it's for baby asleep. Then we can here pop up the notification on the parents room, Luna parents room, and said the baby is crying, or we can pop up the notification, send the notification to the cell phone. It depends on you. For example, here I said send the notification to the Luna panel. For example, the message number 6, it's for the, it said the baby crying. Do you understand? Is it clear? And of course, the relation is and. And now I've saved the logic. That's it. And here we can add another flag. Imagine that the parents press on the baby asleep scenario. And at the morning, they forgot to turn off the flags. Therefore, here we said if baby wake up. Actually, the baby doesn't sleep more than 12 hours. Here we said if the flag number 223 is on for 12 hours, then turn off the flag. Therefore, if the parents at the night press on the sleep, baby asleep scenario, it's automatically after 12 hours, this scenario is disabled. And if during the day, they play the songs for the baby or another things, the health sensor doesn't send any notification to the Luna panel. Do you understand? Is it clear? If you have any question, please ask me. Any question? Any question? Oh, Mr. Devedra, we discussed about to send the notification on the server on the last session. We discussed about it. If you want, if you need, I can send you a video about to pop up the notification on the application. Okay. Do you understand all of these logics? Okay, next logic. As you know, for example, we can use the health sensor in the hospital. It's very good solution for the hospital because this sensor checks the air quality, and also it has the 3 digital input. For example, they can connect the pressure sensor. Do you know what's the pressure sensor? Pressure sensor. You connect the pressure sensor under the bed, under the patient's bed, and if the patient fell down from the bed, it's disconnect, and you can tell the nurse your patient fell down from the bed. Here, for example, if we connect the pressure sensor to the, for example, digital input number, for example, digital input number 1. Sorry, wait for a few seconds. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's continue. Here we have the pressure sensor. And imagine that we connect the pressure sensor to the digital input number 1. A program if the pressure sensor is disconnect, then for example pop up the notification on the NERS LONA panel. And of course I want to tell you the TIS create very good application about the call NERS and for the hospital, and you can install it on the hospital, and when the patient in the room or the anyone press on the button call NERS, it's pop up the notification on the application in front of the NERS, and they know, for example, the room number 226, the bed number 3, call NERS. Therefore, here we can program to call the NERS. And of course, sometimes we have some button in the hospital in front of each bed, and I think it's the top of the bed. One of them is the call NERS. It's normal. It's only call the NERS. We have another button named emergency. It means that the patient's in the bad situation. It's alive, but in the bad situation, and we need someone come and take care about this patient, and maybe we need to move this patient to CCU or ICU. And also we have another button, it's named code, CODE. It means that this patient is dead, and we need the CPR to try to back this dead person to the life. Do you understand? Of course, you can connect these 3 buttons to the digital input number 1, digital input number 2, and digital input number 3. And therefore, with the call NERS application, TIS call NERS application, you can smart the hospital with a very good solution that we discuss about these things today. Okay, I'm talking about the health sensor completely. I hope all of you understand about the health sensor. And as you know, it's very useful device and amazing sensor in the TIS product. If you have any question, please ask me. If you don't have any question, have a good day. Any question? Hope all of you understand about the health sensor. This is the very useful device. I think you can, now you have very good solution at your home. For example, you can use the health sensor in the parking, and whenever the CO is even in the low risk, it's turn on the exhaust fan and fresh air. You can install the health sensor in the baby rooms. You can install the health sensor in the for example, in the hospital. Even you can install the health sensor in the house to avoid some people dead because of the silent killer. And you know the silent killer is CO. And we have many solutions for the health sensor. As you know, in the hairdress environment, they are used very chemical things. Therefore, if you use the health sensor in the hairdressers, therefore, if they are used the perfume or many other things, it's turn on the exhaust fan and fresh air, and the health sensor avoids the bad weather. Actually, I can say the health sensor is Take care of your healthy. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.